Welcome back, guys. Trying something new here. Driving through Chicago. I'm on the Dan Ryan. Going to be on the Stevenson Expressway shortly on our way to that bakery in Cicero, where I've done a handful of videos, and thought I would try to do my surge video, which I've been efforting for quite some time, and decided to turn the phone sideways on the mount on the dash and see if you can notice while I'm taping. This is not, this is soybean oil. This is, it's called RB soybean oil, which is kind of an unrefined soybean oil. It's used at a lot of bakeries, but it's not the most noticeable product. And that's one thing that you will find out if you do tanker, is everything moves differently based on density and how much you have in the truck, all that stuff. Stop and go traffic's a perfect time though to do a surge video, because there's a lot of accelerating and decelerating and stopping, and that's when it's noticeable. If you're just driving down the interstate, surge is negligible. You'll hardly notice that you have anything in the back of the truck. But if you're constantly accelerating and decelerating, that liquid product starts moving back and forth. So here I'm slowing down. I've got traffic coming to a stop in front of me, and you'll either hear or you'll see, and probably heard that, you'll hear the product slamming into the bulkhead on the trailer, and then it kind of shakes. And again, as we start moving again, it's then doing the same thing. It's slamming back and forth. So we're going to slow again. So the traffic has stopped. I guess my brakes are a little bit squeaky. And it just kind of rumbles a little bit because it's already had its major movement. But now as we accelerate, this is where it gets interesting. As you shift gears, there's a hesitation, and then there's a little flutter. So again, we'll shift gears here, and there's that flutter. And that's what surge is. Now there's a way to not completely eliminate, but reduce that flutter as you're shifting gears. And as traffic picks up again here, I'm going to be shifting gears once again. And once you're in gear, if you let off the accelerator, so you shift, you accelerate, you let off, let the liquid kind of do its thing, you might have noticed that was not as noticeable. Well, now traffic's slowing once again. And slowing down wise, there's not as much that you can do because you can't hit the vehicle in front of you. So it's going to kick regardless. So that's a quick little video on surge. Biggest thing you have to be aware of is bad weather, icy conditions, snowy conditions. Bottom line, you have less control of the vehicle because 48,000 pounds of liquid is going to push this truck around. You have to hold the brake when you're coming to a stop. That product is enough that if you're not having your foot firmly on the brake, you come to a stop and there's some ice, well, especially if there's ice, it doesn't matter if you're holding the brake. You can be pushed completely forward and into the vehicle in front of you if there's ice. But you have less control. I mean, flatbed is all about securement and straps and chains and all that stuff. Drive-in reefer is all about load locks and making sure things don't topple over. There's no way to secure a liquid load. It's gonna flow around, and in food grade, one of the things about food grade is to maintain food grade status, kosher status, all that stuff, the sanitation of that. These tanks are unbaffled. So it's one large vessel. It's not as if you have walls in there to reduce the flow of movement. There's not holes in anything to make things, you know, go a little bit smoother. It's one large tank with that quantity, 48,000 pounds. See, and then you get people who decide to brake check you, which is just fantastic. And so now I got to stop completely on the interstate. Gotta love it. Gotta love four-wheelers. So there's my video on Surge. Hope you enjoy. Have a wonderful day. I am. Hope you do too. We'll see you next time.